Welcome to America Swings. I'm your host, Horace Jr. For the next half hour, sit back and relax as we listen to the music of the golden age of American entertainment. Our guest today is the very talented and charming Reita Green. Reita hails from Scottsbluff, Nebraska, where she was discovered by Horace Sr. Reita started as a feature dancer and then became the lead dancer in the show. She's going to recall the joy she felt during the tenure with the show and how Mr. Hyde helped propel her career. Reita, welcome to our show.
Oh, Horace, thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here to be with you. I grew up here.
Yes, you did, and we're going to talk about all of that with the show, the original Youth Opportunity Program, the first traveling televised talent show in America. Here's a picture of that era.
Yes.
Who are these two beautiful ladies with you?
Well, that's me, and then there's Lila Jackson in the middle, and
Yes.
Elizabeth Lynch on the end there. And we were all, Lila was a singer also.
Yes.
And Elizabeth Lynch was also so.
And also you sang.
Well, I started as a dancer, and I became a singer. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk about how many years in total did you work for Horace Hyde?
I was with Horace 7 years.
Wow.
It was the best 7 years of my life.
And that was mainly through the
50s.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really curious to know how audiences reacted to the television show, or actually your live performances.
Horace, it was a wonderful experience because we did local talent shows in every city. So everybody in the city showed up because their children or their boys and girls were going to be on the show. So half hour of the show, it was a 2.5 hour show, but the half hour was local talent. And the audience went crazy because they wanted to see their local people performing.
Exactly. So I guess that's the part they love the most.
Well,
seeing their kids, their sons and daughters.
I think so in their heart, but they clapped and were very, very pleasant to all of us. I mean, they showed that they really enjoyed our performances.
Yes. So you say 2.5 hours. That means you must have done a live show after the talent show.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, the talent show was in the middle. We started the show, and then and then there was a break, and then there was the talent show, and then then the band and all the dancers, we did our thing again at the end.
Wow.
So it was a wonderful experience.
That is so great. So what were some of the comments that people would make to you when you finished the show and you went out in the audience?
Well, a lot of people would say, "You seem so young. Aren't you still in school?" And I'd say, "Oh, yes, we have tutors and chaperones on the road." And I studied, and we'd have, in the hotel lobby, we'd meet with our teacher every morning and go through our lessons. It was wonderful. And when we went to places like the Gettysburg, the place where everybody did the Gettysburg Address, whatever history was taking place, we would visit those spots. So it really made an impression in our hearts.
So you went all around the country.
All around the United States. Every state.
Wow.
Yeah.
That and for 7 years you were on the road.
Yes.
But you lived here, right?
Yes. Because we would be on the road and then come home and learn new routines. See, we had a costume department. The ladies would make new costumes. We had our teacher. We had the rehearsal hall. We had the mess hall. So and the swimming pool and the golf course. I mean, it was really a wonderful place to grow up.
And you rehearsed here.
Rehearsed
Right.
almost every day.
Actually, the garages here at the Horace Estate
Yes.
were turned into the rehearsal
Yes.
halls.
Yes, with the piano and everything there. Yes.
Wow, that's really great. Well, we have a video recording of your opening the show.
Oh.
So we pulled this out of the archives and
Oh.
we want to play it for you now.
Okay.
So here's Reita Green opening the first traveling televised talent show. Wow, that was fantastic, Rita. I can't believe those dresses you all were wearing. Who made those?
Well, I don't remember the lady's name. I think Garcia, maybe, but I know that they had hoops on them, like in the olden days when girls wear hoops, you know.
Yes, yes.
And so, all the letters said Horace Height on the front in blue, and it was fun. We'd put them in costumes, and we'd have to fold them up so the hoops wouldn't get bent, to make sure it would go from one city to the next.
Right. And
we had to take care of those dresses.
Right. Yes, you had to put them in the truck
Right.
and go to the next job.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to go through some pictures now, and I'd just like you to tell me who these people are. The girls were called the Height Steppers.
Exactly.
And let's start with this one here. Who is that?
Oh goodness. I think her name was Bunny. Was her name Bunny? Does it have her
You
name?
know, it has her name right there. It's Bobby.
Bobby. Okay.
Stein.
Bobby Stein from New York.
Right.
Right.
Okay, let's do a
sorry,
few more. Where were you, and who were these two?
That's Doreen, and I think that's Charlene. I can't see. Is that
Yes,
Charlene?
it's Charlene.
And Doreen, yes.
Yes.
In Maine.
And Doreen was a ballerina, right?
She was. Both of those girls were beautiful ballerina dancers. They could dance on their toes. So.
And I believe Charlene was from Long Beach.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
And look, it says Maine.
Yes.
Maine.
Yeah.
Do you recall this?
I don't
There's
recall.
so many.
Every day was a new day, new
Yeah,
city, but
right.
that was wonderful. But I know every day, Horace, the people, the mayor would come to the show and give him always a plaque or some beautiful.
Well,
there you go. We're in the trophy room right now.
We're in the trophy room
Yes.
right now, and that's
Yes.
what all of this
Yes.
is.
So all
Not
those
only
things.
mayors, but governors.
Oh, governors, definitely.
And during the national grand finals,
Yes, yes.
we had the vice president.
Yes, we did. I met
So,
all those dignitaries. Ooh.
Here's another lady that was one of the dancers.
Yes, her name is Sherry. Cherry. What's her first name? Oh, goodness.
Well, I
it's been
can
60
look
years.
and see.
Horace, it's
if
been too long.
I know. It doesn't have her name on
Oh,
the
it doesn't have her
picture.
name.
But
Beautiful.
let's find someone else here.
Yeah.
How about this?
Oh, Janet Hoffman. Yes.
Yes.
She lives in Burbank. But
Really?
she has passed, I must say. I hate to say that, but she
Yeah.
passed on. But I used to go visit her.
Really?
Because I live in Burbank, California.
Of course.
She lived in Burbank, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And here's Doreen again.
Doreen.
And it's Doreen Dolney.
Yes, she
That
married
was
the drummer.
The drummer's name.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful dancer. The
And
best. She
Look
was
at
the best.
this.
Oh, Westinghouse. Oh, that's me and Elizabeth Lynch. Oh my gosh, such memories you're bringing up.
Yes, Westinghouse
Yes.
was the sponsor
Yes,
of the
Westinghouse.
show. Well, that's really great. Here's one more
Okay.
of Three Girls with Horace.
Okay, Jackie and Elizabeth Lynch and myself with Horace.
Right.
Yes.
And was that a number?
That was the circus number.
You must have worked with a lot of stars. when you were on the road. I was wondering if we could just talk about a few of them.
Sure. Let's see. There was Gloria DeHaven. She did a show with us.
Wow,
Oh,
she's
there's so
beautiful.
many. Beautiful girl.
Wow.
She, I think, lives in Palm Springs now.
Yes, yes.
And let's see who else. Oh my goodness, Horace. Doodles Weaver.
Doodles Weaver.
He was with the show, and I married him
Absolutely.
at the end of the show.
He was one of
In 1957, I married him.
Yes, and Doodles was related to Pat Weaver.
Yeah, that's right.
Who was the head of NBC.
Yes, and his niece is Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver, big movie star. How about Louis Armstrong?
Oh, Louis Armstrong, yes, he played with the show.
And how about Groucho Marx?
Groucho, yes.
How do you remember him?
Wow.
Was he nice or?
Well, he was.
Was he grouchy?
Well, he was just Groucho Marx.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't like to put anybody down, but he wasn't real pleasant. He was sort of stern, but himself.
Well, I'm sure he was thinking of his personality.
Oh, I'm sure.
And how he comes over.
Of course.
But why don't you describe, your choreographer was Don Skye. And Donnie was a really close friend of mine. And why don't you describe the type of numbers he would choreograph for the stars like Groucho? Or Louis. Let's take Louis Armstrong.
Okay.
Do you remember doing those dances? Because I do. I've seen them.
You've seen them. See, now
yes.
You can remember because it's been so many years.
Right.
If you can reflect on something that...
Well, absolutely. What he did is give all the girls little toy trumpets.
Okay.
And they followed Louis around and raised them up and raised them down.
Now, see, you saw that lately.
Fit each dance to the personality of the star.
Right, right.
So it was really incredible.
Yes, okay, that was Don Skye. He was very insightful. He knew how to make things work.
Talented.
Very talented
Very
dancer.
talented man. And I really feel you were the first dance group on television. Do you think that's true?
Well, I don't know if we were the first. I know there were the June Taylor dancers in New
York.
York.
Yes.
So we were in that same time
right.
frame.
But I'm talking about on TV.
Oh, I think you're right. We were the traveling show.
Because you went right from the radio to television.
Right. The Philip Morris show, the radio show.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, little Johnny. Call for Philip Morris. Remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, one of the stars that came out of the talent show and out of the band was Johnny Stanley.
Oh, Johnny.
And he had a million-selling record.
It's in the book.
It's in the book. And it was one of the first comedy million-selling singles.
Now, folks, we come to another very wonderful artist. This is the boy we found in Oklahoma City. He made a phonograph recording that has sold over 2 million records. That might be an all-time high seller. It's called It's in the Book. So here he is in person, Johnny, It's in the Book Stanley. Come out here, Johnny.
Rita, I was wondering, what is the biggest audience you perform for? Do you remember?
Oh, I sure do. I'll never forget. Toronto, Canada. There were 30,000 people. I think it's called the Maple Leaf Garden. Big, big place.
Wow.
I'll never forget Canada. That was beautiful. Beautiful. And the city, old buildings from the European days, It was really quite an experience.
Well, during those days, you were touted as one of the world's most beautiful young girls.
Oh.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, goodness. That was very flattering. I appreciate that, but...
I want you to know, you had a lot of fans because it was on television.
Yeah, I got a
And
lot of fan mail.
I've had guests that emulated you growing up,
Oh,
that have admitted that. And you know, when you're on TV, you don't realize how many
No.
people see you.
that's true.
So,
That's
how many times a week did you rehearse while you were on the road?
every day.
Every day?
Every day. Because,
What time?
well,
I mean,
it,
you had. Go on.
it
I'm
would
sorry.
depend on, see, we would travel from one city to the next city. So depends if we're going 250 miles or maybe 300 miles or 500 miles from one city to the next. Then we'd have to get some sleep. We'd travel at night after the show was over because the traffic was better and you could get there. And then we'd go to the hotel, register. We always had reservations. We'd go to sleep. Then we'd get up and we'd have either school or rehearsal. Because when we did the TV show, Don Sky, our choreographer,
Right.
he had to come up with new routines every week, and we were on the road.
Right?
So we had to rehearse, and the hotels usually had a little rehearsal room or a little banquet room.
Right,
They'd move the
right.
chairs out of the way, and there we'd go.
Wow. What was the accommodations like
Wonderful.
when you're on the road?
Well, we always had a roommate. Like I had a girlfriend, Diane Billieu was my roommate for years, and we had lots of different friends, but always very nice. Not the best hotel, not because we all, had to pay our own little way, but because Horace paid us enough, but we shared a room and always a very clean hotel.
Right. Well, one of the things I've always wondered about, how did Horace Heidt audition the talent and then come in and do a talent show? How did that work?
Okay, well, Horace sent out what they call an advance man a month ahead before our show would get to that city. They'd go out and advertise on the radio and TV that Horace Heidt show is auditioning local talent. So then people would call, they'd make a reservation, and they'd come and audition for the Horace Heidt show.
I want to know what you remember most about Mr. Height, and what was the most valuable lesson you learned from this great band leader?
Well, he was the kindest man I had ever met. He was the most handsome man also. I thought he was a very handsome leader. He helped people, he guided us. But he had a lot of discipline. We were always on time. We had our rehearsals. We went to school, like I said, and everything was, he was a good boss. By the book. He was a very tough boss, but very loving and kind.
Unfortunately, we come to the end of our second show. I have loved having you on. Tune in to America Swings next time when we join with another person telling us stories of the great big band era and the great American songbook. Until next time, saying goodnight to Monica and wishing you all good health, good luck, and may God bless you all.